Hello, you're listening to the Servant of God, Pastor Bangi.
Spiritual rules for raising godly children. We've talked about the fact that you pray for them. We talked about the fact that you bless them, you teach them, you set an example by your lifestyle. And we're on the fifth one now, which is a matter of discipline. You must discipline your children. The Bible says, do not withhold discipline from a child. If you punish them with the rod, they will not die. Punish them with the rod and save them from death. It also says that he who withholds this discipline with the rod hates the child, but he who loves that child will discipline him diligently. Now, let me talk about that diligence again. I began to explain it last time. Please remember, discipline is for disobedience. It is not for mistakes. I will say that again. Discipline is to correct disobedience, not to lash out in anger against mistakes. You discipline when a child shows disobedience, and occasionally when things are dangerous, and even though we didn't instruct about it before, you want to print it into the child that this is dangerous, all right, not to do it again. But generally, you limit it to that. You don't discipline emotionally. There's a diligence you must understand about disciplining children. I said last time, and I'd like to repeat it again. Don't discipline because of your loss. A child makes a mistake, and you suffered a great loss. It's a mistake. You don't discipline mistakes. Please, it's very important that your children understand that your words are serious and they must be obeyed. Don't give needless instructions and don't make unnecessary threats. Like I said last time, you can't tell your child, if you go out, I'll make sure you never enter this house again. You know that is not going to happen. This child is only 5 years old. What you can is, if you go out, I will not take you to the mall when I'm going with your siblings. That's a very simple one. I am going to give you 2 strokes of the cane. It's a very simple one. These are things you can carry out, and the child will feel the pain and will know not to do it again. That's what I mean by being diligent. Diligence starts with giving the right instructions. There are people who tell me that, these are small children. I said, no, that's the reason why they are with you. You must teach them. Somebody told me that, if the child goes to a place not supposed to go, just remove him from there. If he's very small, you take him away from there. Once he begins to understand, you tell him, don't go there. And if he decides to go there, he said, I've told you before, don't do this again. Now, if you do it again, I am going to give you 2 strokes of the cane on your bum. It's not a difficult thing. The Bible says he will not die. But this is what I want to make. Please, if you say that, you have said it, you are bound by the words of your lips. For the sake of that child, please carry it out. I've been with parents before. A child is doing something that is totally out of order. They say, do not do that. And then the child goes back and continues. I remember one particular one. He said, these children, they are just children, Sha. They will not listen to you. And she continued what she was doing in a public space. This boy was being disorderly. To the glory of God, I'm not bragging to be the best person in this world, but this really happened to me. None of my children, not one of them, threw a tantrum twice. Not one. Number one, let me just quickly say this. I never reward bad behavior. That's another thing people don't understand. Don't reward bad behavior. I'm telling the truth. I raised 5 children. Not one threw a tantrum twice. The first tantrum is usually the last tantrum. You do it one time, I will make it clear to you, it is never to be repeated. And that thing you are looking for, you will never get it. I see a lot of parents, they use gifts to make children stop tantrums. You don't do that. A tantrum, once a child is growing up, what they call a tantrum, trashing and being very, very disorderly because you took something from the child. Never, ever reward bad behavior. Whatever you reward, you reinforce. Don't forget that thing. It's simple conditioning in psychology. That's the way it works. Once you reward something, that thing is automatically reinforced. I'm going to talk later about giving gifts to children. You always reward good behavior. There's something I started doing to my children some time ago. Of course, they are big now. One day I just sent all of them money. So one of them asked, Daddy, what is the money for? The mother said, no, it's for being a good child. Because I just thought about it. I'm not coming to bail you out of the cell. I'm not intervening in things you've damaged, somebody's property you have ruined, or things you've stolen. I said, no, I should reward you. So there are days I just wake up. I just send everybody money. What is it for? Anything you like. What are they going to buy? They are just good things, books, to take their friends out to go and eat somewhere. Buy a beautiful snack they've not eaten. Things like that, because I will do the buying of the clothes. I'll do the buying of the important academic books and stuff like that. I said, just have money. Do anything you like. Why? It's for being good children. You reward good behavior. Never, I will say one more time, the Bible talks about diligence. Never reward bad behavior. Teach your children to ask for things. The Bible tells us that if your child asks you for a fish, you won't give him a serpent, you give him the fish. That is, it is the job of a parent to give things to children when they ask if it is good for them. If you can't afford it at that point in time, nicely explain it to them that don't worry, it's a matter of time, I'll get it for you later. Give them good things. But if they ask for something and you deny, it is denied. They are not allowed to harass you. They are not allowed to threaten you. That's another thing. Sometimes you see parents talk to children, you wonder who's the parent here? You see these things on television, you see clips on social media, and you wonder who's the child here? Who's the mother? From the time children are little, sometimes, those days, when we talk about Abraham and Isaac, all of us believe that when Abraham went to go and sacrifice Isaac, Isaac was a little boy, so the father deceived him and all of that. But later on, when we realized it, we grew up and understood that no, Isaac was at least 30-something years old. And people say that, wait, at that age, couldn't he have fought his father? I said, you don't understand. He was not raised to fight his father. He was raised to obey him. He was raised to trust him. That should be your aim. Raise these children to trust you. And if you start instructing them early and disciplining them early, they will not have the idea that they can fight their father. From the time they are young, you give instructions. You apply appropriate discipline for disobedience. And you never reward bad behavior. Please, I need to say that one more time. Parents, don't ever reward bad behavior. Parents, don't make threats that you can't carry out. Please, I'm talking about the diligence of discipline. Be careful. Don't use words that you can't repeat afterwards. Don't make threats that it's not possible to carry out. Like I said last time, whoever took this thing, I will cut the person's hand. What are you? You can't cut the child's hand. So don't threaten it. God helping me. I don't threaten that I will beat you senseless. There's nothing like that. If I flog you, your sense will improve. It will not become senseless. Please, let's choose our words carefully. What I'm saying is that if you don't do that, the children start imagining that you're a clown, you're a joker. Please, let your discipline be the kind of thing that their children will know is serious. And listen to me, one of the things, of course, you have to show children discipline and show them love. Maybe I should have started from that angle, but we'll get to it later. The children must know that you love them. Every discipline must be followed by instruction, must be followed by analysis, all right, of what happened. This was what you did, this was what you disobeyed, and this is what I did. And if you ever make a mistake, it's happened to me before. I gave instruction to kids, all right, one of them did not carry it out, and it was very straightforward, and I felt it was defiance. So he had to go through the discipline. Later on, somebody came and told me that, no, he did not hear when you were giving the instructions. So I came back. Of course, at such times, you will go back and apologize. Now, a child cannot demand apology from you. But because you are training, you want somebody to understand what you are doing. It's not hatred, it's discipline. And if you make a mistake like that, please explain that, no, I got it wrong. I thought you heard me, you didn't hear me. Let the children know. And let me tell you another thing I found out from my own personal experience and other people's experience. Look, after a while, when you give an instruction, it is serious. When you're angry, they know it. You find that the provocation to discipline gets less and less with age if you start it on time. When should you start it? As long as the child understands reward and punishment. There are different things you use for different ages. But make sure you start it very early. Don't do things that will scar a child for life. Don't do it. And such things are usually done when people discipline in anger. If the thing is very serious, sometimes you are provoked. Like I said, you give instructions, then you punish disobedience. It is disobedience that is punished. It is not anger. It's not feeling. It's not the quality or the value of the thing that the child spoiled. What you discipline is disobedience.
We trust you are blessed by that short teaching. For more messages, books, and other materials, please visit our website, pastor.ng. Don't forget to share these resources with others. God bless you.